Hi, Sue here from Mystic Matters. Thank you very much for joining me. If you've been attracted to this particular video, then this is what you need to know. I'm using the Mythic Tarot, and they're based on Greek mythology. Okay. You've got a lot on your mind. There's quite a lot of things that are worrying you. And the problem is when we worry, is we block off our intuition, we block off our guidance, and we end up in a prison of our own making. So my advice is that everything that's worrying you, big stuff, small stuff, everything, write it all down, because putting it into like a physical list can really help us focus on all of the different issues, because otherwise all the worries will be buzzing around our head like kind of flies, and we won't be able to deal with them because they flit in, they flit out, and we just get overwhelmed. So if you write them all down and then go through them one by one and say, okay, this is my one worry. Can I do anything about it? Yes, I can. Okay, let me do that, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. And that's crossed off your list. Okay, this one, can I do anything about it? No, I can't. Okay, so what's the point of worrying? I'm putting my energy into something that I can't do anything about. This is in other people's domain. This is for other people to do. So, what's the point of me worrying about it? Because I'm only attracting. We attract what we put energy into. So by worrying about something that we can't actually do anything about, we're just putting energy into it, which could possibly draw it towards us. So that's one way of dealing with worries. We're going to have new ideas, new independent ideas. But with this page, it's very much like gossipy. It's like, what's under this stone? What's happening here? So this can be quite a gossipy card. So try to keep away from gossips, people that that love to talk about other people and other things, because you could end up with the wrong end of the stick. But also, if you've got good ideas or if you have worries, then don't tell people about them. Only tell the people that need to know, because people love to get involved and they can often make things worse. For instance, if you're worried about something a friend has said or done and you tell someone else, what's stopping them telling your friend but twisting it, making it worse? And then it gets to the point that when you talk to this friend, they're all upset because you've told somebody else and it wasn't meant anyway. That kind of thing, and it just becomes a whole can of worms. So keep your own counsel. Don't tell people your business. Only tell them if they need to know. For instance, go direct to that friend if you've had an issue with anything they've said or done and ask them about it. Don't imagine what you think that they meant, and don't discuss it with anybody else, because then it could get back to them in a different way, which could end up in lots more trouble. So just don't talk unless you have to. Also be very tactful and diplomatic. Softly approach. Even if it makes you feel like you have to go around the back door sometime, don't bang on doors, make loud noises, and make people uncomfortable, because that's not the best way. You can get more effect through honey than you can through vinegar. So softly, tactful, diplomatic approach. You can say exactly the same thing, but it's all about the energy that you deliver it with. If you are all het up and angry about something, that is not the best time to approach a situation. You have to wait till you calm down and you're on a level, you can think about it, then you can put it forward in a measured way or a less emotional way, and then people are more likely to listen than if they suddenly feel as though they're under attack. Your heart is very open. It's like you're ready to go on a journey of love, whether it be one-to-one relationship or genuine compassion towards other people. So whatever things that you're going through, your heart's still very open. You're still willing to be vulnerable. You haven't shut yourself off by any of the experiences that you've gone through in your life. And there's something new happening here. This can be a new love relationship, new feeling within current relationships, or loving yourself a bit more as well, or a new project, something that you're going to love doing. But it's very fragile, and it needs to be nurtured, because it can get squashed quite easily. So you need another reason for not talking to people, because there's a lot of people out there that will squash you like a fly, I'm afraid, because it challenges their own belief systems and with their own agendas and things. You're going to learn a lot on a spiritual level as well. You're going to understand the deeper meanings behind things, and you'll end up with more compassion towards other people as well, because you'll understand where their fear comes from, where their anger comes from. So by understanding a bit more about their own human experience, you won't be taking things so personally. And so you will have a different approach. You won't be reactive. You'll understand that this is really not about you, unless, as I said, you've deliberately done something that would create a particular circumstance. But still, you've triggered them. So one person will get triggered, another person won't. So it really is about something that's in their psyche that's come up for them. But understanding that means that you can come out from difficult situations with dignity and integrity, because you won't be adding fuel to the fire. So as a quick recap, at the moment there's a lot of worry going on here about lots of different bits and pieces. So as I said, my advice is, well, I'm worried. Let me just itemize all these worries, whatever they are, big or small. Let me just write them down. If I can do anything about them, I'll do it. If I can't, it's a waste of energy worrying about them. So I just keep positive, and then they won't come to be, because I won't be putting energy into them. But I do need to make sure that I don't tell people about what's worrying me unless they are actually involved in it, and then I can talk to them, and then we can come to a solution. But I need not to talk to people who are just kind of gossipy, I can't trust to keep my secrets or things. If I don't say anything, nobody needs to know, and there's a sense of peace about that as well. It gets rid of the drama, because I need to be tactful and diplomatic. And if I talk to gossipy people and they start telling everybody and everything about what my business is, then tact and diplomacy is hard, because the damage has been done. So I need to be, very kind of gentle in my approach to people. Speak my truth, but make sure it comes across with a gentle energy, because I am very vulnerable. My heart's, I can get easily hurt. I'm very sensitive. So I really need to have to draw people to me that will honor that sensitivity and won't deliberately try to hurt me, and which gossip does. There's new projects. I'm loving myself a bit more. but also my relationships are getting better. There's new projects and things, but I said it's just it's at the beginning. So maybe something new, maybe somebody's new's coming into my life, but it's at the very beginning. So it needs to be really looked after and nurtured. But I do understand things. I've learned through this journey. I've learned to realize that I'm not the problem in a lot of times. I can say something, and yes, it might trigger somebody with something, but they might get angry or start blaming or whatever. But really, it is their issue. It's something that they're dealing with, that I've just been a catalyst for. And now that I understand that, I don't have to take it personally. I understand it's really not about me. And so therefore I can support them and not react, not add fuel to fire, just honor them with the process they're going through. But yes, it's quite a journey that you're on. But it starts off with getting rid of the worries and realizing that, if we worry, we block off our intuition, and then we can't deal with things as well because we block off our guidance. But you've got really good learning here. As I said, get rid of the worries, and then you can move forward much easier. Okay, well, I hope that's been of help, and thanks for joining me. Bye.